Activable or activatable? A guy suggested changing my word from activable to activatable. Chrome spell checker also suggests that. However, I can see activable in most dictionaries, 1, 2, 3, while I don't see activatable in these, except Wiktionary. Which one do you usually use?
Well, I don't normally use either. If I had to form the word on the fly, I would probably use activatable. But activable does fit the pattern used for some other verbs. The suffix able usually attaches to the bare form of a verb, sometimes with spelling changes, like doubling the last consonant letter or dropping a silent e. But for some verbs derived from Latin, the corresponding able adjective is constructed on a different stem. As a general class, 8 verbs are derived from Latin, and many of them have corresponding able adjectives without the te, separate and separable, estimate and estimable, replicate and replicable. The specific verb activate seems to not actually be derived from a single classical Latin word. The Oxford English Dictionary says activate was formed in English from the adjective active and the verb suffix ate. However, the entry does mention a post-classical Latin activare, 13th century in a British source. But if we treat the replicate/replicable pattern as a general rule that can be considered productive for any Latinate ate verb, regardless of the details of its etymology, then it is valid to form activable from activate. I would say that any simple rule about the use of ateable versus able will probably only describe one possible pattern of usage. The actual usage is kind of messy. With that caveat, here is the advice given in H.W. Fowler's Dictionary of Modern English Usage, first published 1926, republished 2009. Verbs with the Latin-derived ending ate that have established adjectives drop the ate, demonstrable, abominable, alienable, appreciable, calculable, expiable, execrable, and amp, c, and amp. Nonce adjectives from such verbs should be similarly formed, accumulable, adulterable, educable, confiscable, saturable, and amp, c, except when the verb is disyllabic, dictatable, creatable, castratable, crematable, locatable, not dictable and amp, c. Able, 1, page 2. On the other hand, the Google Ngram viewer, mentioned in a comment, shows a preference for activatable.